Just come back from the early morning run, sweating still. But real talk though, house first and a nice car, not the other way around. You know, like when you was a youth man, someone around you would just say something, drop a little one line and that. And years later, you will remember what that person said. Just some simple little advice. I remember when I was 15, 16 years ago, man's 31 right now. I remember when I was 15 years old, man was working on some little side extension as a little labourer for some Jamaican man that one of my peoples them know, innit? And we was having our lunch. This is Northumberland Park in Tottenham. Having our lunch. And he said to me, buy a house before you buy a car. Now, you need to know and understand how to interpret certain informations that you've been given. Buy a house before you buy a car doesn't mean, oh, you have to save for 5 years and in between that time, you have to walk everywhere, run everywhere, ride bus, ride bicycle and that. No, it means save up for 5 years and that. But in the meantime, buy yourself a little shitty car, innit? Don't try and get this Mercedes or this Audi or this Range Rover and that. Get your house first. That's the priority. That's more important than that. The thing is, like I say in my videos and that, your car should really and truly only cost you about 10% of your wages, innit? So if you're on £2 a month, then you shouldn't really be spending any more than £200 to lease your car or finance your car every month. Same thing if you're earning £5 a month, yeah, you should only really be spending about 5 bills on your car and that. If that, really and truly, the way you want to afford the luxury car and the luxury items and that is really and truly, you should have assets, investments that are bringing you back money every month and the profits. So for example, let's say I got 2 properties, yeah. They generate me the turnover about 1,200 each. One's 1,200, one's 1,100. I can use the profits from those properties and that to then go and buy or lease the car and that, or finance a car and that. That's the way you're supposed to do it. You're not supposed to be going to work to afford these luxuries and that. You don't want to have to be, oh God, my man's got to go to work. My man can't even take off no annual leave and that, or not annual leave, sorry, but like I can't take days off work and that. God forbid I lose my job and that, or else I can't afford this luxury. I know a man, during lockdown, he was stressed. He was telling me, yo, during lockdown, because we weren't talking during lockdown, but afterwards when I caught up with him, he told me, listen, fam, I was having sleepless nights thinking, how am I going to afford this car? The lease is £400 a month. And he could easily afford it at the time when he was working. But he stopped working during lockdown for about 2-3 months or whatever, innit? And obviously he was living paycheck to paycheck. My man was stressed. He was stressed. But I'm not putting myself in that position. So you know what? Obviously I'm in a position now to use my assets and that and my investments to go and pay for luxury items. I still ain't doing that. But I'm not going to put myself in a position where I have to work for a car. And then you got people doing the madness. You got people taking out a loan to put down a deposit on a car finance. So you're taking out a liability to fund a liability. That's a fucking double negative, blood. That don't make no sense. I would take out a personal loan, let's say like 30 grand or 40 grand or whatever. I'll take out a personal loan to put down a deposit on a property. No problem. Because I know that property there is bringing me back a return. Even if, yeah, let's say we even done the numbers. Let's say, yeah, me borrowing that money for the loan, yeah, let's say the personal loans cost me £500 a month and the profits from the property that I get back is £500. So basically I'm breaking even. I'll still do that. Do you know why? Because long term, that property is going to go up in value over the next 5 years and that. You refinance that property, pull out the money, bam, you got 60 grand in cash. Obviously you need to pay that money back and that, but that's a way of raising your capital. But I'll never take out a loan to fund another liability. That's a double negative, man. It's done. So yeah, man, that's the advice, bro. House first, then a nice car, not the other way around.